What if... what if I told you you could get a set of affordable irons for less than £700 and they are not Tacoma, they are not Cali, they are in fact a brand that you may never have heard of. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson and I'm so excited to show you these bad boys. These are of course the Toura golf irons. We've got them in this gorgeous black finish. We're going to test them here today. We're going to test them out here on the golf course and see just how good they really are for the money. And we're also going to test these irons here in the studio to see just how they do perform for ball speed, spin rate, forgiveness, and pretty much everything you want to see. So make sure you don't go anywhere because this could get spicy. So to kick things off, we're going to play a couple of holes here at Woolley Park Golf Club, but we have been in the studio testing these. And I'm a huge fan, as you may well know on this channel, guys, but if you don't, make sure you hit that subscribe button and throw a like on this video, because I love golf clubs that potentially can help your pocket, but also help your game. A brand new set of TaylorMade Callaways pings might set you back well over £1,000, whereas these irons that you can get online, they are D2C, will cost you quite a lot less, and they're still pretty good components. And that's the big thing when we talk about components. We talk about shaft, we talk about grip, very similar to the Tacoma model, the Cali model, in that yes, we are now using premium products in these golf clubs. We have a lovely forged head, as you can see. So basically, if this head feels as good as a TaylorMade, a Mizuno, a Callaway, and performs as good, you can get a golf club that's just as good, maybe even better looking, at a more affordable price. What are you going to do with that money? Will you go on a golf trip? Will you invest in lessons? Who knows? But iron only. Chris, we're going to play a bit of a scramble. Yeah. But we're going to see. I mean, looking down at it, that iron head could honestly, it could be anything. It could be any manufacturer. I love the hosel as well. I love that it's a slightly kind of different hosel, a little bit of offset, which a lot of people will like. And they do different head options. Well, they actually do a copper one, Chris, that looks stunning.
They do.
Similar to the 301s we have. And that for a ball flight with a 4-iron, wow. One thing that's gone miles as well. One thing I really like about these is the ability to flight them up and flight them down. I've tested them briefly, but now we're going to speak to a man who's tested them extensively.
Oof, extensively. Yes, so obviously Toura sent these over because obviously what you can get here is you can get them blank, you can get them with the Toura logo on there. So again, the owner did want to get just some nice blank canvas ones. They're more for the custom guys, so you can obviously put custom shafts in. You can just get the heads on their own, so that's why they have got the different ferrule on there. James called it the hosel, but ferrule.
Sorry.
Come on, James, pull yourself together. But again, I really like them. Again, behind the golf ball, like James said, nice blade length, nice top line, a little bit of offset. So if you were still somebody who needed the offset, you can get a CB with offset. But I did enjoy them.
Oh, how's that ball flight?
That is why. Even with that there, I can get a little bit of launch, still a nice penetrating ball flight, and down the middle stripe. Good interaction with the turf, but for the price, pretty good.
So the guys at Toura actually make a few different head styles and head materials as well. We've seen the copper do a raw finish, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to have to put that down because that's going to really annoy me. But at least we're now on buggies because summer feels like it's finally here. And I'd be really interested to hear your guys' opinions on these, because if you were going to go and spend a ton of money on new golf clubs, where would you go? Or if you were looking for something a bit more budget, would you go here? Would you go direct to consumer? Would you go to Tacoma, Cali? Or would you want something you can try and delve into the second-hand market?
Yeah, true. I mean, these are big with the custom guys, so you can put whatever shafts in. Like I said, you can get heads only, so it's designed to, if you know exactly what loft and lie you are, what specs you've got, you could get these heads and put your own shafts in. Would you go somewhere for a shaft fitting, which we know is very important?
Can we say how far, like these have gone a very long way as well? To say we've only got, I mean, the 150 markers there, we've only hit 4-iron in. Yeah. Are we taking mine? Yours a bit further back, isn't it?
We'll take yours, my friend.
Mine was a lovely penetrating flight though, so let's see what else we have in here. And guys, we're going to talk numbers as well, like I said, so make sure you do stay tuned for that. So as we go down the setting to the 9-iron, you can see we have a lovely cavity in the back there. That is going to perimeter weight these irons nicely. So it's got a nice milling in the back as well. And once again, a gorgeous black finish, which I think stays nice and black actually from the amount of shots we've hit with these.
Yeah, and no obviously white lines in there as well, gives it a different look behind the golf ball. So certainly fantastic looking and feeling clubs. But comment below if anyone's actually heard of these guys.
What a strike that is. That is all over it. I'll try and zoom for you. Oh, just short.
Just short. The wind certainly affected that.
I might club up, you know, and go 8 because you hit that really good, didn't you? It was a lovely turf interaction.
I would go 8. It needs a bit of a spring clean now.
It does. Right, I'll club up. Can certainly hear that wind a lot more now. Ball below feet. It's a nice thick top line as well. You wouldn't anticipate the top line being that thick. A little bit of offset.
Good shot.
Be good. That is all over it. Be the number, which it is.
That's the one.
That is delightful. And again, turf interaction, like you said, very, very nice. And that leaves us a gorgeous birdie putt. Okay, so let's move up the set of these Toura irons and see just how they do perform under the gun here on the Golf Sun Simulator. We'll kick things off with the 8 iron, then we'll go 6, then we'll go 4. You can see actually Chris has used these irons already and the finishes have won a little bit, but not too bad. So I think for a set of black irons, that's not too bad. There you go, Bobby, I'll let you hold those. I'll give you a little warning this time first as well. So 8 iron, I would hope here for around 150 carry, spinning around maybe 7,000-ish. Immediately that felt nice and soft actually. I wasn't anticipating it to feel that soft. It's got a tiny bit left. It's a 151 carry, spinning at 6.3, so spin was a little bit down, but it wasn't my best strike. And sometimes you have to just admit to that when you are testing golf clubs. Some people have to admit to it more often than others. I've got a sore throat as well. Don't know if you can tell. Oh, that was so bad. Now, if that goes anywhere near 150, you know what? Fair play. 143 carry. I nearly missed that. Tiny bit left again. That was going to be longer. That was going to make a 160. More. Oof, 165. Long. They can be long when you get these. And again, I'm not losing that sense of good feel either. Right. 8 iron wise, I'm quite happy with all of those considering how I've struck them. Well, one more. Let's see if that 165 was a fluke or if we can really get it up there. I think it might have been 160, so now you can. So when the irons come, they actually come in a really cool, so they come in the bag, but also a little head bag as well. So I think presentation is something that's really important, even if you are buying something that's a little bit kind of cheaper than potentially the bigger brands. You can see that QC wise have gone through everything. So we know what gram it is, we know exactly what club we have, and we know exactly what loft is on it. And I think that's vitally important if you're going to build a set with your own shafts and with your own club fitter. Well, Chris was going to agree, but he stayed silent. So guys, we can see with my 8 iron as well, that stopped on a dime as well. So that was out of the rough and the ball was below our feet, and we've got 15, 20 feet for birdie. Chris has landed on the upslope and rolled down, unfortunately, as you saw from the zoom. Let's see if we can roll this in for a birdie, because I know this is an iron review, but nothing excites me more than something that can help you golf, but also save you a little bit of money. Turn. I think that's too hard.
I think it was positive.
It was very positive. Safest par you'll ever see. It's because mine was for an own ball birdie, Chris. I was excited.
Was that it?
Well done. So guys, one of the things I'd be very interested to do would be test these with a mid-high handicap golfer and see how they perform with them. I always think when we're talking a kind of forged head, generally you're talking that lower handicap because there's not a lot of technology in them. It's just the loft.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of perimeter weighting like we've seen, but definitely room for thought there. If you'd like to see it, guys, comment below. Chris, how close can we get to this front left flag? That looks lovely, just left of it. Should be flag high.
Yeah.
How's the strike?
Struck it well. Again, good interaction with the turf. They feel really easy to hit. Again, that little bit of offset for me is ever so slightly off-putting, but for me it brings in, obviously, if you're a high handicapper who loses the ball to the right even, then they could be a perfect option for you. You could still use CB as that
I must admit, I think if I was going to try and get the perfect iron, there's maybe a little bit too much offset on there for me. Yeah. My ball flight is right to left anyway. Offset generally helps the right miss. But I do like that thicker top line. I think a lot of golfers would benefit from that a little bit more forgiveness if you do strike it high out the face, and it just looks a little bit more forgiving, which is helpful. Make sure you follow Growing Veg with Chris and Emily for all your allotment needs.
Correct.
How good is that?
Fantastic
Go in.
Flight.
Oh.
Another good shot.
The sound, if I gave these to, I'm going to say my dad, but if I were to give these a golfer and they didn't know how much they were, I think they wouldn't have any clue. They wouldn't know how much to charge. So yeah. Right, let's go 6-iron now and let's see. Good hands, Bobby. What would we want here? Around 170, realistically. Maybe more looking at the 8. A little bit toey, but I don't particularly mind that. That's a 185 carry with the 6. Running up to 200, spinning at 5-1, so more than happy with that, realistically. And the more I hit these, the more I want to know more about them. If you want to know more about them, hit that subscribe button. Might do some comparisons this year with them. That is left. I need to work on my wrist angles, Bobby. 186. 9.5 total. Does look good, doesn't it? Down at that ball. And that's a skinny bottomy one. If that's anywhere near 175, I say my hat off to him. 175 on the nose. James was due a haircut, but listen. Yeah.
Because I'm ginger, I don't need my hair back.
Right. 180. 173. So you can never really call it. Well, that felt really good. Felt really good. For me, I'd be looking at the lie angles here. You can see they're all going just to that left-hand side. It's a 185 carry running up to 195, but they're all up that left-hand side. That's obviously down to me, but if I was going to get fitted for these clubs, I'd maybe flatten the lie angles off a little bit, bring those dispersions more in a little bit. So 2 good shots there to be flag high. Mine must have been close because it's pitched here and then taken the undulations. So I'm going to take that all day long again for an iron that isn't costing quite as much as a lot of the big name brands. Although it's not the cheapest club, I think Tacomos are cheaper, Chris, aren't they? They're probably 2/3 of the price. So I think it does depend probably what you prefer the look of. I would say what performs the best and what feels the best, but obviously these clubs are all D2C, so you can't really try them. It's a case of ordering them off the internet. Can we roll this in? I feel like I'm playing quite well with them, you know, really. All day. Guys, that's a 2. We are in the 2s club. The only people that have entered today are me and Chris, so Chris has now got to buy me a plethora of drinks in the clubhouse. I mean, that for a ball flight with a 4-iron is ridiculous.
Down the middle stripe.
Middle stripe. And one of the things I really enjoy about these is they feel like one of the best ball strikers I've ever met is Richard Crawshaw, who's the head pro at Wortley Golf Club. He would use something like this. There's not a lot of technology in them. There's a little bit of kind of cavity, you could say, but they feel fantastic, they sound fantastic, they're workable, and you can get lovely low ball flights like that one. Chris, over to you.
Try and do the same.
What a transition that was.
Unbelievable.
But you see, you can hit them high as well, can't you? So they do everything.
Yep, so you can hit them high, you can hit them low. Again, obviously, if you ordered the heads, you can get whatever shaft you want. We have got the S300 Dynamic Gold in these. So again, a shaft that I've certainly used. I don't know if James has used it.
Stood the test of time.
It's been around forever, but it is workable.
That's just delightful. It's a tiger line as well. See, they're sneaky long, aren't they?
They are. So you're still getting good distance out of them. You can launch them high, launch them low. And again...
Which divot would you rather have?
Yeah, which one would you rather have? Both good interactions and both fairways hit.
Oh, 4-iron. Anything over a 200 carry, I'm going to go. This looks so small down at the ball. It looks scary. That's bottomy to start with. That is bottom. That's there with the 6 irons. That was really bad. There we go. There we go. And what's that carrying? 198, 206. Spinning good. Spin numbers are good. I think the big thing I can confirm in here is these feel phenomenal. Performance-wise. Just again, I've just not had my best stuff, but I think I'd want a little bit more forgiveness. I think some more kind of well-known branded irons, you might get a little bit more tech that just gives you a little bit more forgiveness whilst keeping, let's be fair, they look beautiful. They look beautiful, they feel fantastic. I've just seen a couple of drop-offs where I think I've struggled to get on with these full time. Guys, let's get back on the golf course and see what damage we can do with these gorgeous Toura irons. Well guys, as you saw with the numbers there inside on the Golfson 2 Vision, very good numbers, like strong numbers.
Yeah, so they say the split step, that's why the cavity at the back has got those 2 steps again, just to get that little bit more forgiveness than maybe your standard CB. So they have obviously gone into the technology to try and get you more forgiveness, but get the
and
good look.
That's a really interesting factor, because for me, when I look at forgiving golf clubs, I don't just want a forgiving 4 and 5 iron. The world's most frustrating thing for me is missing a green with a 9 iron or a wedge.
Yeah, which is often done.
Often done, but a centre stripe 4 iron off the tee is absolutely perfect. Chris, yours just blocked out, I think.
Ooh, just.
Flag at the back, central though. Pitching wedge shape is gorgeous as well. I'm really pleased with how we've tested all of these clubs. Come on for another birdie. Lights all over it as well. It really is delightful, that.
Close.
I think it had a lot of spin on it as well.
It spun back that one, it was a good flight. We can tell Summers here. Morale is through the roof.
Yeah.
Crisp divots, good ball flights, and birdies.
And cold lager.
Ice cold. Bit of a pull.
So Chris's has just missed left, mine's a nicely flag high. Guys, would you like to see a Toura versus Tacoma video? That could be something I think a lot of people would rather enjoy. But for now, let's see what we can finish on using these Touras. This is for, I mean, another own ball of this.
It is.
It's been nice to have you, Chris, but...
I know, I'm just here for the journey.
Just here to tell us about the split cavity.
I'm the facts man.
And maybe have a go at that putt, because that was terrible. This goes in and we compare them against the Tacomos next week. We're still going to compare them against the Tacomos next week.
Yours turned massively.
Thanks for watching.
Mine didn't bother.